There's a guy, Yoku, he's Telugu. He's so cute. I love him. Hi, Yoku. Bloodline for me is a collection of songs. They're kind of like battle anthems. When I was living in India, I was living by myself for the first time. I was touring my music. I was living in the motherland that I dreamed of living in for so long, and I think that it made me really strong, and it came out in the music. And I feel like I always wanted to manifest this life where I was like, with the people, and then after I started living that every day, it made me just feel like, superhero, princess of, I don't know, just like a battle anthems, definitely. I think this EP for me was really about pushing myself as an artist. I'd always rapped a little bit, that I have verse here and there on different songs, but I really committed to making a rap album. And I also committed to becoming to work with my vocals and really push myself. So it wasn't just in delivery, it was also in content. A lot of people have heard me talk about uplifting things, and those things are there too, but I think also to be human, to show that people go through pain and they go through trials, but something really strong can come out of it. So I felt the need to share. I think coming from our culture, Indian culture, South Indian for me, really traditional family, I think it's just that they think there's no stability. They think there's no guarantee in that. And I think our parents just want the best for us. They want us to be happy and stable. So my parents thought being a doctor was the best route. But I think my father always told me to do what makes me happy, at the end of the day. And I think they knew that I was never going to give up my music and my dance. I think as we build more, as more independent music comes out, as more songwriters, come into the forefront, as more women enter the music industry as well, I think that stigma will change. And, now there's rappers making a living, there's people that are in films and they're touring and there's festivals. So I think I definitely meet a few people, when I'm on tour, that tell me that their parents have changed their mind and are letting them pursue music because they've seen what I'm doing. So I know my parents were, they were really sweet, so I'm glad they let me do it, but I'm hoping that changes it for other people as well. I haven't been able to do it every year. I'd love to do it, but I do perform on top of the hill for Tirumala Devasthanam. And I think for me, I've always gone to Tirupati. It's been part of our pilgrimage when we come home to India, is to climb up and go to the temple. And I think that temple brings me a lot of peace, and it's a really beautiful place. And it's a place of commitment for me. Every time I go, I make a commitment to myself, and God always blesses me from there. So it's something that I hope to continue. And I actually want to start doing more classical performances. I'm going to try to integrate some full classical shows in my calendar while I'm in India. Yes, I think a lot of people get into music now because they want the glitz and glamour, and I think are people that really enjoy the craft of making a song, really enjoy the fact that you can take raw emotion and translate that into something that millions of people can relate to. And I think that was the real joy and the real pull for me in songwriting, was maybe not always tell my story, maybe help someone else express their story, or just get out of my own box, imagine the world in a different way, live through different things. And I think songwriting is important. It really taught me a lot about myself as an artist, because I figured out, what works and, what doesn't work, and, all those things. But I think I'm really optimistic about the music industry right now. I think there's a lot of young, new talent coming out. And I think if we nourish that, and we celebrate those that are making music of high quality and content, then we can have a really amazing scene. It's obviously, the American hip hop scene is obviously different. It's been established for many years. It's American hip hop is the most popular genre worldwide, you know, and in turn, whatever's happened out of America has influenced so many cultures, not just India. You know, you can go to France, you can go, you know, there's Arabic rap, there's Danish rap, you know, there's really like rap from every language. There's Russian rap, they're being like jailed for it. Like, it's happening worldwide. But I think what's so exciting about India is that there's such a large population of people under the age of 30, and I think like this is a movement and it's a vehicle to express, you know, for the youth. And I think that what's happening in India is so exciting. It's a little like it's the first time you're getting a rap beef, or like the first time you're getting, you know, these things. So this evolution is obviously going to contribute to the culture, but there's so many new labels coming out, so many different artists, different languages, and I think that having variety and having so many options is like the best thing in the world for the industry. So I think we'll see an evolution. It's obviously behind, but in its own way, it's very forward. I'm working on an Indian project right now. It's really exciting to me because when I make projects, you know, I think about the whole world. But this one I really want to make for like my people. So I want to like do more fusion and kind of experiment and try some new things. So I'm not sure, maybe there will be some collaborations on that, but you'll have to wait and see. Oh, I mean, I love all like the young kids coming up. I mean, I was with Kumari last night and I think he's so dope. Like, he has such a cool attitude. I like all the artists that are like unique. I actually met Side Mot last night. They're really cool. Like, I like that song that they have. And, you know, there's just these unique voices coming out. Shah Rule, that's like one of my favorites. I think he's dope. Let me see. There's... Spitfire was cool. He wrote the song Asli Hip Hop. Yeah, I met those guys last night. Yeah, there's so much new talent coming up. It's like I just have fun listening to it. Like the Sat Bantais. There's a guy Yoku. He's Telugu. He's so cute. I love him. Hi, Yoku. I am a creator. I create because it is in my makeup. And I do like believe in spirituality, and I study a lot and I think about it, and I really believe that, you know, if you know your dharma and you walk in it, then like the doors open for you and everything, you know, is harmonized. And when I'm creating music and when I'm putting my art together on stage, whether it's, you know, the costume with the choreography, with the small details of having the fresh flowers and like all these things, I feel so alive, and I create because it gives me life. And seeing the reaction of especially girls in the front row, like, I think that really makes it so amazing for me to see so many girls just feeling free and singing in the front row. Like, it really means a lot to me. So I create because I am a creator.